Morning, you lovely people, wherever you are in the world. Hell, jump on and do a morning stream for a little while. Yeah. Just as I decided to do so, the work went outside my window, decided to hammer up the floor concrete. I hope that's not too noisy and distracting. Last episode, what we look, let's flip over to the game. Last episode, we made this thing, this of doom, full of steam. Has a spike going into get into it, and has a spike going into the magma. Look at the lovely patterns in the magma. I love it. I'd like to dig out most of this obsidian and have just magma, but it's actually helping keep it higher up, like magma going. These are all running just a tiny bit under, which is fine, absolutely fine. These will just run now forever, amen, as we can keep them cool. And we are now keeping them cool up here instead. So it's costing us the possibility of running 2 aquatuners, but most of the time we're just running the 1. Fine. We get a little bit of power back from those 2. Not as much as an aquatuner costs, but as long as we can keep these relatively nice. They're at 50 degrees. That one in the corner's at 50. The others are a little bit lower. Yeah. That is fair enough because the cooling loop comes from here. This is the coolest part. Cooling loop is at the warmest when it gets to this point. Be taking as much of that heat away, cooling these 2 down as well, and then cooling itself down, going back around again for another lap. As long as it stays like that, every now and again this one will kick in. But we have got so much power now. The entire power bank, go up to it, is absolutely full of power. Crazy. And it will stop basically our consumption of coal because these are powered by these, which are connected to the grid as well. We can actually ditch, maybe leave 1 battery here to run because these are running heat that doesn't need to be released here. Got all the heat contained in here with these aquatuners. Well, the aquatuners seem to be waiting hydrogen, which they shouldn't be. I activated that. Is that on? Oh, I know what it is. Yes, I know what it is. You automated it. Did. You automated it. Let's take that down to 10 degrees. Same on this one. They're just on the outside edge of this granite. It's just making sure that it doesn't get so cold. As long as it's keeping these batteries at nice temperature. The temperature scale thing. Yeah, that's beautiful. Pale green, which means it's quite chill. You can run these pipes round to provide a bit of chill over here, probably. And some chill into this area. That might be a good idea to do that. Take this gas bridge and deconstruct it. Pipe I don't really want to mess with because it goes off to space. Dispose of any gases we don't want. This area is pretty hot though, isn't it? We could do with running some nice chill from here, around here. I'd like to run it through into here as well. Maybe get these plants growing again. Let's run a little bit of pipe. Somewhere around. Back again. Cut that off. You can go down here for a little. I don't know how much cooling this will provide, but yeah. See where it leads to. Go down by 3 from run along there. Whoops. Cancel that bit. And I think I'd rather straighten this up. It looks a bit weird. Come along here. We'll deconstruct these bits of pipe here. And we'll jump over there. We've got to attach to this. We could go like so. Way, that went flying. So that was our way of inputting hydrogen into that room. Do that now. Not necessary anymore. Bit of that. Why are we not getting rid of gas pipes there? Oh. Deconstruct gas pipes. We'd overwritten them. That's why it wouldn't deconstruct them. There. That will give. That'll also enable us to give it a direction too. Cancel that piece. Jump over here. Come in by a little onto here. Eventually join up to that. Nice. Beautiful. We'll let them get on with that. We'll have to fill it with hydrogen. Using hydrogen because that's what we have on hand. Lots and lots and lots of hydrogen from this machine. We have 296 kilos per tile of hydrogen in this side. 2,731 oxygen. Yeah, this thing's now running. These basically will never need to run again because we've got so much power in the batteries, so much power on the network. They will never kick in. So we might have to set it so that at least one constantly running to give us the polluted water to feed to these plants. Because the batteries are so much power now, and they're all on the grid. They're all connected to the mains power line, so they'll all be charged by the steam turbines down below. We can get rid of a few of these batteries now. We don't need them all. They're all connected to the grid, to the automation. So if we remove, say, I don't want to make it too cold in here, though. I think the batteries are helping to keep the temperature. So actually, there, leave them alone for now. I'll get rid of some of these. That one I definitely want to get rid of so that we can join that ladder down. We'll just have just the one, just do the automation. I'll leave the automation wire in situ. That one will still be connected to it, so it will still control whether these come on or not. But at this point, I doubt we'll use much more coal. Our coal will just keep going up exponentially with all hatches being. Also, at this point, we can probably cut back on how many hatches we branch because we don't need the coal anymore. Don't need it. But we do need the eggshell, so we'll leave them running. We'll let them build this ridiculous piece of pipe. And yeah, we'll give it a direction later. Good thing about using hydrogen in this loop is that we'll delete the pipe. Hydrogen just can float off somewhere. It's already caught a little bit of hydrogen up here. And then when we bust through into space, rid of. So that's fine. Ah, here we did get down to this thing. Can we excavate it? Or is it yeah, we can. I think so. Want to excavate the fragments as well. Who's coming to do that? Nobody. I forgot that we set that to be done. So they must have come and done that at some point. This is only a temporary structure up here. Fluted ice in there. Very, very cold up there, so I doubt it'll melt. Like to mop that nastiness up there, stop it off gassing. Nice patch of wolframite to get there. Let's come back down here. Ah, yes, this thing. I am sorely tempted just to rebuild the thing. Rip it out and remake it. But we've sent ourselves a little bit of petrol. That's all I want now. I always get these. Yeah, that's the one. No. Actually, let's do it by the automation. Turned off now. It goes up to this valve here. It allows the... Yeah, we've basically stopped this from running for a good while now by increasing the amount of crude oil that it needs before it runs again. So this is starved of crude. Stop it from running all the time. But in this situation here, I mean, we've got all our balls and everything here. Been dumping for a long, long while. A little bit of pipe there that we never removed. I'd like to put in... Is it under base? Yes, it's a transit tube access. What are we going to make it out of? Gold seems rather nice. Get out of gold. We've got gold lying around. We could make it out of lead. Overheat plus 50. Yeah, that's fine. I'll think. Set it back by 1. Makes it just there. The power-wise, how much it uses. Quite a lot. Place that just there and see what it does. We'll have pipe, which we don't have that much plastic just yet. I mean, it won't go very far, let's put it that way. Bit across here because this is cool enough for our plastic as long as the cooling loop doesn't stop. And we can give them a slightly faster route to get to various places. Map. They'll still use the fire pole to come down here because it is just the quick way. I'll probably bust into here and let this hydrogen out. We can start doing this section. Tempted to do this section from above, to be honest. I mean, here, a lot of this heat from this is melting all the biome. Trapped in by granite and abyssalite up there, but it's all melted. We've been running 100-degree aluminium through it. This is adding to our power grid for nothing. It's just not costing us anything. This is costing us power because we're cooling loop. Well, that's nice to see that only one turbine is running. Let's see what the temperatures are like. Getting a little bit low. But while it's that low, I'm having trouble hearing this. There we go. Now I can hear it. Right. So now it's nice and low and it's not going to bust our liquid lock. We can bust back in here quickly. We can just pop in, do a bit of tidying up. All this steel and stuff should have lost a lot of its temperature. So it's not so hot anymore. It's still pretty darn warm, don't get me wrong, but it's not hot enough to flash our liquid lock into sour gas and let all the steam out, which would be kind of terrible. But we can get in here now and tidy this mess up. Sweep all this steel out and build these insulated tiles up that I'd like to build. And as that door closes, you can see like the cloud of steam just pushing away. That's what we want. We don't want to lose any steam. We'll lose a little bit in this corner, but that can't be helped when we get in. And up here, 17 kilos of steam pressure at a nice temperature. That's quite nice. I like this steam pressure. We may add a tiny bit more water to the system. Just to build it back up again. We've got a little bit of polluted sat in a pipe here, so we'll connect that. And that should go all the way back up here. We haven't adjusted anything. Got to get rid of that bridge. But it'll rejoin this system and go back into the cooling loop up there. Grab your ceramics and run inside. Liquid pipes, we could remove all of this liquid pipage. Ashcan, can you just remove this thing? I'd like it all removed. Can you come down here and do that, please? Should have put a door in there. Oh, he wants to get a lunch. Okay, fair enough. I opened that at the wrong time, didn't I? Crikey, he's going to lunch now. I want that bit of diamond swept out of here. Sweep that away. I'll probably get put in this box here. You can actually get rid of that for me, please. Oh dear, they don't want to. Yay! Hurrah! Yeah, I know it's hot in here. Get a move on. Use the ceramics from the doorway, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. And you can also take some junk away with you when you go. Oh well, maybe not. Sweep that. Sweep that. Sweep all of this stuff away. He was trying to step in the tile he just built, so he's now a bit confused and he'll stand there for a while. And then we can tidy this mess up, brick it back in, and then even brick through this crude oil liquid lock. We don't need it anymore once we've done this. We've removed the aqua tuna from here and put it in here, so we literally don't need to access this ever again. Got a couple of points for dropping materials in that are hot, so we may need to access if we wanted to get those hot materials. Suppose we could come in at this point and put in some sweepers, and we've got a way to get the materials out. But we can do that later. Now, I'm not putting any materials in here for a very long time, I shouldn't have thought, but it's a nice way of dumping materials and getting them cooled down. And you can dump them in here. They will come out here, so they'll land on the actual diamond tile done on purpose. So they help to provide the heat across this area. And that's done. That is a wrap. We'll brick that in. We'll just make sure that they don't decide to go inside and get bricked inside. They should have no reason to come in here whatsoever. There's nothing to collect. This is now set to 175. Once they've done this, brick this in, they'll lose a little bit of steam, but we might add a little bit more water. Just a little. Just a little. If we added some water, we could do it if we reduce the flow and we bridge it over here on. If you just run the water through it, each one, the previous one will block the next one, even though it's the same thing. They're just adding water. I don't know why they changed it, because that didn't used to happen. But I did realise that these ones are kind of inaccessible from out here unless we change this pipework. So I've adjusted these. The outside ones go in here and drip out of there, but the inside one drips out there. This inside one drips out here. So they're using all 4 drippers at the moment. But at least it's all landing in the same spot and creating lots of steam, so that's lovely. 20 kilos at the bottom here, and by the time it's pushed up to there, about 19 kilos. Not like that. We've lost a little bit more now. We can pop 2 more ceramic blocks there and force all the steam into this tile, and then we'll just delete it. When we build that tile, that'll just delete the steam from the game. It'll be gone. You can see they're running just under. There's a little bit there, a little bit there. That's all adjustable by this thermo sensor. And at the moment, we've got it running at 175. By the time the steam gets up to it, it's about 190 up here. Because by the time that door closes, it flashes this will get to about 400 degrees or so. Yeah, there you go. See it spike. And that's all just being brought up from these through the doors and into this room. When that door is open, the heat doesn't transfer. As soon as that door closes, it spikes to about 300 degrees and opens again. Spike. The drips keep it constantly being cooled down. And that gives us 16 turbines worth of steam power. We've just got to watch that it doesn't overheat. I want to keep it below the 200 degrees all the way along where the turbines are, otherwise they're basically wasting heat out here. And you've got to cool that down, so then both of those will kick back in if that happens. All the steam has been pushed into this corner, so we've lost 56 kilos of steam from our room. As soon as we build that tile, boom, that'll be deleted from the game. Oh, gone. So, yeah. We first of all had a few issues, but we fixed them. We've left the pipework in situ that was for the cooling loop. This side, that was just fake, in case we ever wanted to use that one. But because it overheated, we built that. So I don't see any sense in re-putting in here now. It is actually low enough temperature to put the steam, the Aquatuna, in here, because the Aquatuna overheats at 325. This is well below 325 now. They got to like 900 degrees before. Let's go up and see if they've built any of this pipe that we wanted built. Cooling loop. We may have to make these get a bit colder though. Yeah, we might have to allow these to get really cold. They have the potential to get a lot colder, so we can drop that down to maybe 5. Copy settings onto that one as well. That'll basically just run now. And this gas pipe has been laid. Yes, it's all in place. I got to decide on which way round it's going to run, so I'm going to put a gas bridge. And it's probably going to be in our way at some point. And we'll put a gas bridge. It'll go along here, down, around, and this way. And then that way, which means that's got to be flipped there. And then it'll go through, down here, up, round, yeah, back around, jump over there. So when those bridges are built, we can actually fill the system with hydrogen. We've got lots of hydrogen right here, just on hand to fill the loop. If we fill it with too much hydrogen, it will just block and it won't actually flow. So we want at least a little bit of space. And it will just flow by itself. It doesn't need any kind of power to make it. I'm going to deconstruct those bits of pipe sticking out there. They're not necessary anymore. This is the system just for feeding the entropy nullifiers. Make our battery pack. There you go. And we're plugged in at the top here. All the levels are plugged together. And they are pretty full. At the moment, we're constantly wasting power, but we're not turning that machine off. That's just staying on forever now until it dries up. We'll have to change to a different form of power at that point when that dries up. Get rid of that ladder. That ladder. Get rid of that ladder. Come all the way along here. Get rid of that ladder. Come all the way along here. Let's just stop there. That needs power. Of course it does. Power for you. 960. Well, the doody. That's a lot, isn't it? I'm going to just put a bridge, I think, right here. Power. Let's get a conductive wire bridge. Put it right there. Then we can just extend this along and in, right from the main spine of power. We won't have to wait for one of these conductive wires. We'll just plug it straight into the main power line. I've been going around changing most of this power line to the conductive. A little while. Change it all over. Should we just use lead? May regret that later. Someone coming to do that actually for us, maybe. Nails is on his way. Thanks, Nails. You've been a star, I must admit. Since we released you from the duplicate gymnasium. Conductive wire, that little piece has to go now. Get that out of the way. I was considering building a second set of this up here, so they have, and then joining this area to the base. So they've got to run through there to get in it, to get in a suit, and just brick this up. But this has been running quite well for this far in the game. We have got 18 dupes, but at least 2 of them are confined to the base. So even if we increased our dupes to 15, to 20, yeah, we would have a few that couldn't get out. But what we could do is share this conveyor receptacle. We could put a few suits here and a few suits here, and just have one of these pneumatic doors above that. So the sweeper arms, the top section would be able to still get a suit out of that. These could reach it quite nicely. We'd have another set that could reach it as well from above. But I decided I'm going to just stick in this. This system's worked well so far, so I don't want to mess around with it. It seems to be okay. 2,000 steel there, 2,000 steel there. Let's set this to 2,000 and set it to steel. So the sweeper will take 1,000 from there and put it in, and then put lime in there, putting some iron in, and then it's taking another 1,000 steel. I was hoping it'd take 1,000 steel from each. It just took it all from that one. That way we can stockpile a little bit of steel. We will need a lot when we get to space. So you can literally put buckets here or containers and say, like, put steel in there, and this will never stop running. It will always sweep the steel off. Put it there. Fossil data. Uh-oh, we've done that fossil. Appears this creature's DNA was once used as a kind of genetic storage unit. Okay, let's have a look. That fossil we just dug out. Ancient specimen. This asteroid has a few skeletons in its geological closet. Track down the fossilized fragments of an ancient critter to assemble key pieces and unlock a new resource. I've discovered a fossilized critter buried in my colony, at least part of one. It does not resemble any other species we've encountered on the asteroid. Where did it come from? How did it get here? What other questions might these bones hold the answer to? And I'm not going to read that whole thing right now out, but if you play the game, you can probably look it up, or it's probably listed on their website. But pause there, you can read it. Pause the game and pause the video and read all of that. Wow, it's quite complicated, isn't it? I'll read it all later. A few more things there. Undiscovered stuffs. So that was this fella over here. Frozen fossil. We've got the demolish option, but I don't want to do that until I know what I'm doing, because I don't want to accidentally ruin something. Because we've got this piece of toast, as I call it, because that's what it just resembles, a slice of toast to me. There's a fossil in there. That's the amber one we found first. Now we've got the ancient and the petrified. And one is, where's one of them? I forgot. Oh, I saw it now. Definitely one over in this section down there with a little bit of hydrogen, which is much nicer to deal with than brain-eating zombie spores. So yeah, that's got that going for it. Looted up there. So we can probably dig down here. I was going to dig down right down the edge here and just get in there and deal with that and get it out of the way. I think I might start that process by just saying what's in here. Granite is in here. And get some tiles of granite. Just kind of like brick this up so it pushes the liquid out. Deconstruct you now. We don't need to make any liquid locks for a little while. If we do something along those lines, we can brick this level up, make it the same height here, so all that crude will pour down here. And there's a little bit of carbon dioxide trapped in there, a little carbon dioxide bubble. I was going to check. No, there's no volcano in there. Damn. I was hoping there would be. Nothing in there. Might be something up here. No, nothing. Not a sausage. There's a little bit of blackness there. Yeah, so we freed that one. Carbon dioxide geyser there. Where was the last one? I know I saw it somewhere. Oh, there's another volcano there we can add to our system. Gold volcano there. Got rid of all the diamond we could find for our project. We used a lot of diamond temp shift plates. Can we get in here? Yeah, I think we can. Take that one out. We can get in here and do a bit. Would like to reveal this patch. See what I'm dealing with. We're going to come up here and reveal this. I assume is another volcano, and hopefully send its magma cascading down the side there. And this fella, that one can join in too. Rip its magma down. Eventually, this whole area will just fill up with magma. Eventually, we'll be able to brick down here somehow. We'll push the magma out, or manually move it once we've got rid of this crude. We'll come down here and put ourselves a petroleum boiler right at the bottom corner. That'll be fun. Now, I haven't even seen the bottom of the map yet. I can see a little bit of obsidian, magma, obsidian again. I haven't seen any neutronium. I don't know how far down it goes even. Oh, we'd found all four of those things. There's that guy. Yeah, we've got two. One and that one. We've got... Nope. There. Over here, isn't it? We've got this one. That's the petrified one. And where is the fourth one? Lost it completely now. Oh, there it is. Ancient specimen. Yes. That's actually fairly easy to bust into. I should think we could just make a little hole here and come in. I'm allowing this to run its chill into here as much as possible. There's some little scragglies running around on these. By scragglies, I mean, for some reason it does this 953 micrograms of aluminium. It's not enough to register the temperature on this thing. So, on that thing, sorry, and it doesn't get kicked out. I don't know why it does that. This one does a similar thing. But then when it next erupts, it fills them up. So it comes out eventually. But we can't keep using this for chill. It's melting this biome. Look, there's a whole mess in here. Thought out. So we will have to sort out our own cooling system for this stuff. Well, basically, what we need to do is have a double thick insulated wall going up, basically. And we're dropping it in there. That's where it's supposed to go to get cooled. Of course, I don't want really hot, like 130-degree material going past all the critters. Yeah, that's not good. Let's kill those two. They're in the chamber waiting to die. Evolve, sorry. Yes. Evolve. We put a poke shell through this machine, didn't we? Yes, we did. Put a sweetle through. What else can we put through? What have we got? If we put a hatch through there, I don't want to mess with the hatch situation because that's running nicely. If I start putting hatches in weird places, I'd have to turn down each of these to an 8 and turn that one to a 9, and then they'd bring all the hatches down there. I don't want to do that. What I could do, set it to hatch. Could set it to hatch. Yeah. No, not normal hatch. The other type of hatch. Haven't got any normal. Actually, yeah, we might have a normal hatch. No pending deliveries. No. Well, we might get one. Every now and again they do lay the eggs. It's a bit deep. I was trying to get down to dig these two out. A bit deep. When they do get one, they should bring it down and we'll get a notification saying we scanned a new creature, so we can come down and sort that out. Perfect, perfect. So what I might do then is use the cooling loop. Run through a little patch of water. We could use this for it. We'll add a bit of temperature to this room again, which is kind of not what I wanted. But we've got oodles and oodles of aluminium in here. So we've got 2 stacks of 25 tons nearly and a little bit left over. We've got 2 stacks of copper. We've also got to send the gold over here. We haven't even touched the gold one yet. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Yeah. We've got to send the gold into there too. That'll be fun. Especially when we've got volcanoes dripping molten magma all over the shop. Yeah, that'll be fun. Will I get this bit let out? I think that's probably a good idea. Let's go there. Just do that. That should all pour down here and out of the way. Then we can clear that chunk. Let's put another block in here. Ceramic. Push that out. Come down and put that one in. We can do 2 there and that'll push all that up. I don't know what order they do the tiles in. If they do that one first, then it will just crush the crude and get rid of it. Actually, that might be a better way of dealing with that crude. Like do that tile, then put one there, then do that one. Go back up and see if they've put our bridges in. Charge. No power. Okay, well now we can link that together. Don't know if anyone will use it yet because it doesn't really go anywhere useful. It comes through the, this is done on purpose. It comes through the park and the nature reserve, so they will get a bonus for that. And we'll go link that together with that. You know, we don't have an awful lot of plastic yet. We need to work on such things. Yeah, and I want to open all this up. Get rid of all these edges of obsidian that have been left. And all this crap. Yeah, get rid of all that. It's all got to go. Open up the map. That way we can, yeah, once we've eaten all this, that's why I put the pump right at the bottom so we can take all of that. That can now go. You're done with. Yep, I don't want any more polluted water in this area. Once that's been eaten by these plants, we can bust all this area open and start using it. And that'll be a project for the future. I want to build a tank for these to drop magma into. Somewhere in here. I'm hoping we can get rid of this fossil out of our way. It does say we can demolish it, but I don't want to do that until I've done all 4 and figured out what that is. Hey, there's some more in here. There's a lot more poke shell moths in there to get. And yeah. So then we can put our petroleum boilers probably in this location. Which is a bit annoying because it means you've got to pump the petroleum, the crude all the way up there. We've got a crude biome here. I did see another one of those. Gas vent. Hopefully, because they don't have a yeah, they do not have a priority on the oil wells like this. All the other items in the game have a priority, but if you click priority, they don't have anything. You can't see them by clicking the priorities. I know I spotted one when I was, it's probably covered in crude now. I can't actually see it, but there was another one here, another oil well. Deeper looking, there's a copper volcano here. Storing gas vent. So we'll dig all this out. Find out what we've got access to. I think there's only 3 oil wells, but 3 oil wells is enough to run a petroleum boiler on full power. Not sure what we're going to do with all that petroleum, but you know, we can. And do we want a direct clip? Probably not, but we're going to have one anyway. So who's running on the wheels? Let's have a look at their skills now. Let's check the skills. 15 and 12, 7, 20 and 17. Devon will be ready for release very soon. Nice. I'd like to get in and figure out who this guy is because he'll be our 19th or 20th person. I don't want to hire too many troops. But I know that apparently he joins your group. How much are we going here? 313 per tile and 2,886. That has worked wonderfully since we built it. We could probably just stop this system altogether and use that to run our oxygen around the base. And that would probably be nice. I'd like to make this a lot bigger like this one is, this kind of size. And do it a lot better. Get rid of these polymer presses out of it. The reason I put polymer presses in the steam room usually is because polymer presses have they give off a bit of steam when they run. They give off plastic, a tiny bit of steam, carbon dioxide and heat. As long as you can deal with those things, Obviously, they produced plastic, which the idea of this sweeper was supposed to sweep it away, but it was getting so hot that it was melting the plastic before it had a chance to sweep it out of here, and that was the naphtha to prove it. And this was the refill bottle, so to speak, to fill this up. But to get that naphtha out, I think I'm going to put a pitcher pump in and just remove it that way. Probably be quicker. Means moving that to, say, there. Bit of pipe on it. It will fill this a bit fuller, but that's okay. I don't care. We'll have to remove some of these ladders up here, I suppose, and put in a pitcher pump. Have to remove the hydro sensor as well. That'll be in the way of the pitcher pump. Damn it. Gonna have to move that too. We can use that one. Yeah. No reason why not. Yeah, that would make it go off less frequently as well if we use this one. But using the one right there. Put it somewhere out of the way, couldn't we? Just so we could put a pitcher pump in here. Yeah, we could. Fit there. No? Will it fit there? Yeah, it will. Perfect. Go in there then. Thanks, Ashcan. You're on the case, aren't you, Ashcan? You really are. These doors are locked. You can't see a padlock on them, but they're just not allowed in. That keeps them in their suits. That should be quite glowy green. Yeah, look at that. You're beautiful. Make up for the fact that they've got a really nasty sort of insulated tile going down the side of the map. And we could do something in the bathrooms. I mean, they've got enough bathrooms to run, so we could literally whip one of the toilets out and put in some decor. Make this area a bit nicer looking. In fact, what we can do, if we go to furniture, they've got that crown moulding stuff. If you make it out of granite, that gives a plus 20 decor on top of that. We can't do the toilet area, but we can do along there. Along here. That might help a little bit. There we go. Even our little room here. Oh, it is a classed as a hospital. That's good. Metal equipment, toilet. The toilet is disabled. But it doesn't seem to care that the toilet's disabled, so we leave it like that. We've got a double liquid lock just floating in space. Right, I guess that is done, is it? Appears to be. Pipes are done. Yeah, that's done. Ah, fire poles. I think they should be allowed to go through fire poles. I think that's ridiculous. They can't go through ladders and fire poles. It should be allowed to. Get rid of that fire pole. I don't think they even slide down this far anymore. They just run along this ladder, which is... Oh, yeah, we can deconstruct that ladder. Did rebuild that. Getting every little scrap of granite they can find all over the map. Off they run with it. And what are you doing? Crushing up some... Yeah, that was from those that we built off. A little bit of steel in there. Let's get that out. Let's start running our cooling loop. I'd like these buddy buds to grow again, but I think it's going to be too cold for them. They'll go from one extreme to the other. But yeah, there's slime lung down here. I'd like to get these buddy buds growing. So how cold is it in here? 15 degrees. Yeah, that's a bit cold for buddy buds, I think. Yeah, they're both running. Temperature like. Oh yeah, lovely. Look, the cold is getting a bit spready. This thermosensor is turning that supply off when it gets too cold. That is on 5 degrees now. Because when we start adding the temperature from this loop to it, we're about to do, then yeah, we can just add some like this, I suppose. Actually, no, not that way. Can we add it that way? Yeah, now we can add it. That's the input for the loop. So it's going to run around. It's already 24 degrees because it's just been sat in this pipe next to this big cold box. So I'll let it run round. It'll pick up some heat, and we can also drop off some, gold pipes or whatever, gold gas pipes around to add more chill to the area. That'll pick up some heat, bring it back here, hopefully lose its heat in here, or gain chill, depending on what way you look at it. Technically, I think it's, isn't it heat that moves, not the, yeah, something like that. I will fill that up with a bit of hydrogen. So it's hydrogen in here, in the room, pink room. Hydrogen being chilled by the anti-entropy nullifier, or both of them, and that is chilling the that will chill the hydrogen running around in the pipe, which we can use to spread a bit of coolant around. If we find it's bringing too much heat into this room, we can lower the temperature allowed to get to. Hopefully they can cope with the heat that we're bringing in. I don't want to overheat the batteries, do I? Got to keep an eye on that. I don't want to overfill the pipe. But this is our cooling loop from just the base, and it is slowly going up. We can kind of use this brine to just add a little bit of chill to it every now and again to keep it at a nice temperature. It won't overfill because the pump's in this tank. What it's taking out is putting back in. Got a lot of hot water here. Crikey, to deal with. And how much pressure have we got in here? It's gone back up to about 19 in the middle, 20 odd. On the edges it's 17 pressure. Well, that's understandable. It would be lower pressure to the edges. So if we wanted to use less of our heat from our magma, we could probably lower this right down. Have these running really low. We could try it just for seeing what it does. 175 is our key goal. Let's try lowering it to, let's see what happens. I don't know what will happen if we lower it to, 150. So just remember that 175 is what we set it at. Because this seems like it's just wasting all the heat, doesn't it? This is running continuously. I don't want to turn it off. Could theoretically just turn it off by changing these thermosensors. They are for each. There's one for every single steam turbine, so we can independently operate them however we like. I think I'm going to bust in this corner. Just bust in as far as there. And what's this material in here? Granite and stuff, right? So we'll just take not a pipe, I want a ladder. Make it out of granite. Come along there. Dig along here. Dig this thing out. And yeah. Excavate that thing. Oh, it's entombed, so we'll have to dig it out. As long as we can climb down there, we should be good. It's fertilizers. They could drop down. We'll keep our eye on it. Go back up to this loop. I want to keep my eye on this loop. Is it coming back yet? Oh, it is. How hot is it when it's coming back? 52 degrees. Crikey, it was warm in there. I know it's hot in here, but I didn't quite care for just how hot. Oh, it froze then. The freeze. I don't know how much chill it can pick up from this room. That's all I'm wondering. I don't want to introduce a load of heat to our batteries that we can't chill down. So it's coming in at, it's already cooling. Look at that. Just by getting close. It's already down to 13 degrees. Oh, that's eating it like a champ. Okay, good. Like pie eating contest, isn't it? Look at that. Unbelievable. Down to 15 degrees by the time it gets round here. I don't want it to get too much colder than that. I don't want it to like be spreading minus temperatures because then you've got risks of pipes exploding. Yeah. That's at 10 degrees. Then when it gets close to here, we'll just snip that pipe and just let it loop forever. Well, until we decide we're fed up with it in our way and we destroy it. No, not yet. Now. That's good. Don't want to build anything there. So that will just run round and round and round. That's 15, 16 degrees. Yeah, that's fine. Comes out, it's at about 17. Yeah, that's pretty good. It'll run around here. It's already 47 degrees in this area. We look at the temperature now, because this is really hot. We know this is hot. It's just going to be hot. It's a leaky fissure. They're always hot. But if we can get this room to sort of at least sort of, you know, bud growing temperature range, which is 20 to 40, then we've achieved what I wanted to achieve. Yeah, fair enough. Right, we'll just leave that running. It'll just run round and round in circles. It doesn't need any power. It's got direction from these bridges, so it knows which direction to flow in. It's just coming in at stunkingly hot, 48 degrees, and being cooled down to a nice temperature, about 10 degrees. By the time it comes out, it's about 15 degrees. It's perfect. I'm happy with that. It has introduced a little bit of temperature variance in here. You can see how hot this pipe is there. We might actually, no, not obsidian, granite will do. Might insulate this bit here. I'd rather it dropped its heat in here rather than out here, you know. The whole point of it is to drop its heat in this box where it can be cooled. So if we just do that, we might come out here. I'm not sure if I'll do that piece there. We'll see. It's coming out cooler than it goes in, isn't it? Let's do that piece there. Prioritize that up. Okay. So this doesn't even look like it's running, but it is. Look at that. I'm tempted to switch over and use this for our oxygen. So we'll need to cool that oxygen somewhere. Ooh. No, that's really hot. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Well, we could run it through there. That's nice. Cool. We can keep that chilled by adding cold brine to it. Well, desalinated brine to it. I'd rather just automatically cool it somehow. We could run it through there. We could... This is pretty hot, the hydrogen coming through. And I don't want this pipe constantly full. We're going to set some automation on here. So it will request hydrogen when it wants some. And then we could run our oxygen out of here through the bottom here. The risk putting a pipe in there, because if you delete it, when you delete it, that's it. Crumbs go inside the machine, so you can never delete that pipe. But we can run it through there to cool it. We've got a giant cold box in the area, so why not use it? We can adjust the temperature with that to get it nice temperature to put in the base, and then just feed it to the base. No landing available. There's something horrible there that's off-gassing. Let's just... thanks very much. You know, that was nice. We can go through there now. Let's go... How much plastic do we even own? That's a technical hitch. Sorry, fella, you're probably going to have to go. So are you, and so are you. So I don't want to make this go funny patterns just to keep those alive. Yeah, let's keep going along with plastic. See what happens. Okay, we'll just stop one away from that ladder so they can just do an amazing somersault and land on the ladder, which they do actually do. Sorry, guys, we're going to kill you and put our plastic pipe in there. Now, where do we want exits? I would like the plastic pipe to go up here. I'll let this area cool down a bit first. Yes, it's still picking out a lot of the heat in this area. So yeah, we'll allow that. I'll get rid of that insulated tile. I'll let some of this out. I wanted that to really fill up to the brim, but it doesn't. It overpressurizes at this point. That's a shame. That's a pity. Would have liked that. Yeah, and then we can take over the oxygen production from here. Won't be necessary because we can feed the oxygen to the suits from here. And it doesn't matter if it's hot oxygen from here. I don't care if it's hot oxygen going into the suits. Sorry, guys, but you know, I don't care. So we can run one of these into there. That will provide the oxygen for the suits. And we can provide the oxygen for the base by running it through there and cooling it and linking that to... We'd have to build a oxygen pipe coming out this end because I don't think we bothered going this far from the base. Yeah, here's one. So we could run that through here. That'd be nice. Yeah. We can reach. There's ladders there. Yes, there is. And that will become the input instead. Run it right through to there and this pipe. There's nothing now, so we borrow that. Thank you very much for leaving your pipe for me to use. Yeah, that was where we put hydrogen into the system. So we can use that to take oxygen out. We probably won't actually because we're going to run it through the coolant first. And this is annoying me now. It's kind of got to be tucked up against the edge once we've dug through there. Yeah, that's how I'll do that. For now, it can stay. We'll snip, say, here. Run that into a loop. There, we'll snip here. Continue that on up. Continue that up. And we're going to risk it for a biscuit. Why not? We're going to run through there. Hang on. Cancel that pipe. I will do it, but we want to use a pipe that's like a good material. And I don't know whether to use any gold pipe or not on it. Gas pipe. How are we going to do it? Because anything that we don't need or we change, will, you know, if I delete it and change it to a gold pipe, it's gonna, the piece of the pipe is gonna end up inside this room, which I would rather not happen. I would rather go all the way up to the top to do it, so that if we delete or change any of the pipes. What's the temperature like up here? 12 degrees. So yeah, we could run our oxygen through there, lovely. And bring it back down and put it into the base. Nothing wrong with going a little bit further. Follow this lad. Technical hitch. Put the loop in the way. We could come up closer to these. No, I don't want to go into the old power station area. Yeah, I'd rather go along the top than the bottom, because if I change pipes and add radiant pipes to it, the crumb of the previous pipe will end up inside this room, and that'll bug me. That'll bug me forever. I can't help it. It just will. Now, build that back up, and we can get rid of this little ladder here, just to tidy things up a little. I'll leave that ladder there. We don't need that one anymore. That can go. Deconstruct buildings. Yeah, those ones can just there. That one. And that one. It was there just so we could reach to put things in. We may have to replace them. Yeah, if I run a pipe now, just a normal gas pipe, so it picks up some chill. Probably run it out with granite. Because igneous says slow heating. Sedimentary is thermally reactive. So we could use sedimentary up here. And we could run that along there like that. We can disconnect it from there. We can't get rid of that yet. If we do, it'll just drop in here, and I'd rather not. And then we can get rid of that piece of ladder there. There we go. We can build this pipe, and none of that should land inside the machine. It should land above. And then we're making our sedimentary, which is supposedly thermally reactive material. So if we change any of it to gold or whatever, aluminium, whatever it is, we can't. They're made from ores, isn't it? So it's gold amalgam or steel or, yeah, copper ore, iron ore, whatever we decide to make it from. This will be the test, because those crumbs should jump upwards when that's replaced. Those two pieces. Yeah, that'll be nice. We'll have to make this insulated pipe. This will whole have to, because it's got to keep the cold temperature until it gets to the base. We don't want it losing its chill that it's just gained up here. All the way down here, we want that the cooling loop does that. We don't want our gas pipe base doing that. So this will probably be insulated. We'll have to go over it with insulated pipe. That's okay. That's fine. But then we can start using all of this. Look at this, 2,985 kilos of oxygen in there. This system just because you can hover over that and it never stops. It's constantly running. But we do have to get in here and cool it down. So we will have to build. Actually, we can start that process. Not making it out of ceramic. That's like that, something like that, and a similar. If we're going to add it to our base, we're gonna want to cool this. We don't want it overheating when we've demolished our old system. So this is a good investment of time, I think, to make sure there's a cooling loop in here. It does mean we'll have to rip out all the gas pumps, I think, to put the cooling loop in, because we won't be able to reach. You can go up and down this side, just go across the top, and then go up and down the other side, or something like that. I don't know. We won't be able to reach in the middle. We'll be able to reach these if we remove these piles. But I think a cooling loop running in here would actually be good for these electrolyzers. I don't want it getting eventually so hot that this this salt water or the what did we put at the bottom, crude oil, decides to overheat, because it is getting hotter. That piece of crude oil and that little bit of salt water. It's 69 degrees. If that ever got to 90, I think it is 99. But no, that's the electrolyzer. The salt water properties. If it gets to 99.7, it will vaporize into gas. So we want to run a cooling loop through here. So before we go using this gas for our purposes, we'll venture in, put in a cooling loop. I didn't know it was going to work this well. I had no idea it was going to work this good. We could probably just stop running water to it while we're operating. We'll just run a cooling pipe up and down, across there, and up and down, and out. We'll add that to our cooling loop from here, I guess. Yeah, we'll add that to this one. It just keep these running at a nice temperature. The oxygen coming out might not need such a lot of cooling then, because it will already be pretty chill. But there's a lot of mass in here to cool, a lot of oxygen in here to cool. Not really. volume. Right. Luckily, I think everything... Let's see how this is running. Yeah, see, all these are running a lot less now. A lot lower. And this temperature is much lower. High enough to make them run. Good. And it's not going to waste so much of the heat out of this magma. We don't really need it yet. But we needed it in place in order to continue, because we needed a higher power source. The transit tube access is now done. I haven't seen anybody enter it yet. Aha, these have been done, so we can connect these pipes up. They can build plastic tubes wherever they want to go. Yeah, I'd rather the fire pole was next to this. I think we could run the tube up here where the fire pole is, because I don't like the idea of running it right next to this. And that doesn't instill me with... Well, I don't know. Maybe we can. Or we could just bust this tile. Bust that tile, because they can jump across the 2 gap. Yeah. And then we could just run it up there, can't we? How much plastic do we even have? Cancel that one. Yeah, they can probably land on that ladder. And what should we have? Should we have one just come out here? Delete that one there. You can come out just there onto that ladder. Means that ladder will have to come down so they can use it. Yeah. You don't have to have it pointing at the ground. They can actually land on a ladder. Which actually looks quite cool. They come rolling out the tube. But it costs a lot of power every time it's run. So that's why I wanted to get the battery bank done. And some power source done. Keep our eye on this temperature. A little bit warmer in here. Yeah, it is. This thing's allowed to run until it gets down to 5, so it's nowhere near 5 now, so it's just going to keep on running. Won't be too bad. I mean, looks bad at the moment, but it is getting cooler. Look, that was 50 odd degrees when we first started running it. Now it's 46. So yeah, as it reduces the temperature in these areas, this will have less of an effect on here. And then we can end up maybe cooling this area a bit better. This is very, very hot. If we have swept all of this crap out of here, all that junk, all the junk off of there, we could sweep all of that out. And we could probably just brick it in completely and never go in there again. And we wouldn't worry about the temperature of it. When I bust this abyssalite, all this heat is going to come this way a lot faster. Kept all this in place and the heat comes out here. We could run this loop maybe around here a little bit more. Once it's cooled down the other areas, we'll do. Hoping these plants might start growing soon. I go gas pipe. What are you at? 42. It's still a bit hot, isn't it? About this one, 45. Temperature's dropping, so it's good. They will eventually grow. Yeah, that's very hot up there. 20 to 40, so yeah. We want it to cool down a little bit more. And then those plants should kick in. They can't even reach that ladder. Oh well. These guys have got no food, so they're just going to starve. Hopefully we've got enough eggs. We've only got 1 egg. That's not good. That means we're going to run out of pinch. Unless we can get a decent amount of polluted dirt to feed them. I didn't accidentally put polluted dirt up here, did I? I don't think I did. Polluted ice, crushed ice. That should just be slime. Yeah, that's slime. And that's slime. Good. Why is that tile broken? Been broken for ages. Yeah, so we've made a couple of little bits here. That needs to be replaced so they can stop. Excellent. Let's buzz back down here again. And I will leave you watching that 1 second. I will be... And I am back. Getting my headphones on. There we go. We are ready to rock and roll. Excellent. I'm glad that's running a bit slower now, a bit gentler. It is. Nice temperature. Yeah, that's good. 159. That's perfect for steam turbines to run. Place a block there. And when we come back, we'll place a block there and delete whatever liquid is in that space. Excellent. Saves us having to worry about it. What's in here? Abyssalite. Okay. We had to have somewhere to put it, so I guess we're going to sweep all of the igneous rock we can find on the map into these boxes and all the granite we can find, just to stop them running around all over the place trying to find granite and igneous. I haven't got the heart to destroy this machine yet. We rebuilt it here better. And even put in an oil refinery with it. I like it. We must have already done. Yeah, they're red. If I now... that's on 2,000, so if I put that on 10,000... this whole bucket will just fill with steel eventually. You can now take all of that steel off of that one and all of that steel off of that one and put it in there. That's why they's in that position. Now, if you don't want them to pick up the steel again, you can put these slightly closer together so the edges of the range of the auto sweeper comes out to the edge here. And you can put one of those, what are they called? These things, the automatic dispenser, right on the edge of its reach there, pointing away. So then it will put all the steel and put it where it can't reach the steel to move it again. Then it won't keep double handling it. We could, in fact, probably put a block somewhere and put one. No, we can't. We can't fit one in here. There you go, more steel. So every time you build steel now, it will get put in there and it will automatically create another job because that's left on infinite. On forever. I don't want to run... Well, I do. I want to stress test this system, see if it can run properly. I kind of do want to do that. Yeah, oh, this is getting a bit hotter there, isn't it? Bring some heat into the system. And we did brick up these, insulated these pipes, didn't we? It's still pretty hot around here, though. It will calm down. Are you auto-harvestable? Yeah, looks like it. As the place cools down naturally, just without any gold pipes or whatever, start introducing some. But for the moment, it's drawing a lot of heat into here, so I'd rather not add any more yet. Don't want our battery box to overheat. That's the input point for all the heat. Kind of on purpose next to this thing. I don't like the way it says waiting fuel hydrogen all the time. Rather it just constantly ran. But I did adjust this back to 10. I'll change it back to 11, I think, so that it doesn't keep doing that. It will slowly build up the tiny amount in this pipe. Very, very, very slowly. It'll build up over time. I don't think this one's doing it, is it? This one's running nice and smooth. Yeah, that one's running perfectly. Did we change that one? That's on 10. I'd rather this one run just as smooth. Needs to stop that jerkiness where it stops and then starts again. So that's now adjusted. That should now stop doing that. Once that gets through to it. Shouldn't be waiting anymore. Now it's starting to get there. There we go. It's not doing it anymore. Should be constantly providing chill, not stopping and starting all the time. It does mean that this pipe will slowly build up with a tiny, tiny amount. These packets are now 11 grams. Maybe that machine's a little bit greedier and needs 11 instead of 10. I don't know. I thought they all needed 10. But who's complaining? We've got oodles and oodles of hydrogen over here. I need to put some bottle emptiers in. It's not bottle empties. One there, and I'll put one. I made that one a bit smaller. There. Yep, you can go there. Actually, we'll put that one in as well. We'll put that there. That's all that. We just got to make sure we don't allow it to overload. Yeah, this one's better. I want to brick this one up a bit more. Yeah, that one's got to be there. We can leave that one in. This one we can put one, say, there. We'll have to brick that in anyway for now. Yeah, we'll brick it in. We'll bust it open once we've done it because we need a vacuum in there. We don't want to trap the oxygen in. And I'm not putting a pump in there. It's just as quick to brick it in and remove the bricks. So before we start using this system, we'll carry on using this one for a bit longer. And then it's just going to get removed eventually. We'll just remove the whole thing. That is providing power, but yeah, only providing power to itself, not providing power to the base running these. We never wired it into the main system. We could have linked it to this, I suppose. Could have brought that down and linked them in. We never did, so it's not like we're losing any power by getting rid of it. I don't think this system's ever going to run again, so unless we really do run out of power. This thing's running. We set it to run on 7050. Has anyone used the transit tube access point yet? I don't suppose they need to, really. That might be why that has kicked in running. I want to see if someone uses it. The whole point of it is they come out, they grab the materials that they need, jump in the tube, and boom, they're off to wherever they gotta go. We'll see if anyone wants to get in it. The only reason they would get in it if it was quicker to use that to get to where they need to go. Ah. Let's go, Catalina. Follow. Oh, wow. Was that really worth it? Now, Catalina, I just want to check. Today's stress, smelled flowers, sleeping, pleasant, dancing, center of attention. Thus. Yeah, I don't think they got the bonus for going through the room. Ah. So yes, in other words, we could bust this through into here, so they can walk through this way and then into the Atmos suits. Because that's obviously not working anymore. They used to get the bonus if they went through even in a tube. But if that's not working anymore, we could brick this up so they can't go this way. Remove the ladders so they can't go that way. Lock that up. Oh, people are using it. They're shooting around all over the place, coming out in places where it's useful to be. The trick is to make this actually go to places that's useful. You know, like, randomly in the middle of this would probably not be very useful to them. Yeah, I used to get the arc bonus when you went through the tube. Apparently not. So what we'll do is we'll brick this area up as well, so they can't go out that way. We'll make that an in-way only. Yeah, that can be an output. That can be an input. Obviously, we'll have to copy who's allowed in and out up to that door. Then maybe drop a ladder. How would we do that? Any way to drop a ladder here would be to make this room a tiny bit smaller. How big is it? It is 65 tiles, so that's fine. We could make it 1 tile smaller. We could move this critter drop off over here somewhere. There isn't a plant. Oops, everything popped up in the way. We can move that over there. Get rid of this park sign. Deconstruct you. Still keep that locked. So they would have to come through that, drop down, and then come through here. To leave the base. That way they'll always get their bonus. That's a bit annoying. I would have moved that up there if I'd known that. But yeah, it used to be. So we'd copy those settings up there and then make that an in-way only. They can only come in through this door. That way they could come up, go through the park, drop down a ladder or a fire pole, go out, do their thing. When they come back, they come in this way. So yeah, we just put a fire pole just here. But I don't want to let all the critters out, or that won't be a park anymore as well if we did that. So when that's built, we'll delete that. Yeah, that's a pity. They used to. I swear they did. Yeah. So, are we going to remove this door? Yeah, we're going to construct the door. Or we'll put blocks there instead. Nature Reserve. He did get the bonus. Transit tube. No, I don't want the transit tube. I want Otto. That's Otto. Appreciated, unreachable. Did get Nature Reserve bonus just, and I saw it come up. Best if we click on there. Ral. Great meal plus 12. Great Hall plus 6. Nature Reserve plus 6. So yes, maybe the other dupe had actually already been through the Nature Reserve and so didn't get a bonus the second time. They just did. That's good. Yeah, come and do this business for me. We'll do it anyway. Copy settings. We'll prepare. We won't necessarily do it. If it works, it works anyway, so we don't need to change anything. And I want a little bit of plastic ladder there and there and there, just to continue this on up. If we do it, we may not. A little bit of sandstone tiling can go there. Saw that pipe sticking out and thought, uh-oh, what have I broken? But no, you haven't broken anything. That is a solid tile. They can't get through that, but they can walk past these, so that's why we brick that up. Excellent. That does mean they are getting the bonus. Let's see if this dupe does. Nature reserve. See it right and up there? That means that dupe just got the nature reserve bonus. And some plastic being brought through. Brick that up. To ladder that up. Yep, perfect. Good job, good job. Well, in that case, we'll leave it. Not every dupe will get the bonus if we do it this way. But if we bust through here and make them run through there, and then fire pole down, then they would get the bonus. Because we could fire pole down, we don't need to put a ladder with it. When they come back, they'll come back through here. Because then at least that way, every dupe that leaves the base will get the nature reserve bonus. That would make more sense to me. We're using our battery's power now. Look at that. It's actually being used now. Once this thing gets going, crikey, then you start using power. You're all right in there. You've blocked yourself in, haven't you, Nails? You can go back out that way. Don't worry. There you go. All that junk fell in there. How's the temperature up here doing? Is it going down at all? I might get rid of that. Deconstruct you. That was our depositing of crude oil. But I'm thinking of bricking this up. Or at least sort of making a very tiny entrance. Because this heat is just pouring out here and it's never going to stop. It's just so hot. And our poor little hydrogen loop can't cope with that kind of heat. Yeah, I don't think we need any of this junk at the moment. We're just going to brick it in for a while. I was going to put a door on it, but the doors tend to get really hot as well. I suppose we could pump it to a vacuum. There's no reason for it to have a yeah. The temperature in here, it's really hot, isn't it? That's interesting. If we pump it to a vacuum, it shouldn't transfer any heat at all. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we'll go ventilation, gas pump, pop that right there, made of steel, definitely. Ventilation, gas pipe, we'll just pop it out there. Put a vent on the end. Oh, no, if we do that, we're going to be pumping out all this really hot air right next to this. I want to do that. Cancel you. So we are going to tap into this pipe to space. Yeah, we're going to go over there. And over there, and we're going to bridge on. If we bridge onto it, that means if there's anything coming up this pipe, that'll have right of way. And anything going this way, we'll have to wait until there's a clear spot. We need a bit of power. We've got a bit of power right here. That's handy. No, not gold. I'm going to put it round like that. It'll take a while. And I think we might also just get rid of these metal tiles, because I think they actually add to the huge temperature in this area. Whereas if they were like, hang on, let it save. Yeah, these tiles retain that heat. Look at it. And these tiles they're hot. Don't get me wrong, but they're a lot cooler than that. So that might be a thing as well. If you dig that tile, they can build that one at an angle. I think there's a bit of this that's unreachable, so we'll drop another ladder. Okay, that can also mean that they might be able to harvest that plant. Yeah, that might make it better. I know we're losing some resources blocking this in, but, you know, at this point of the game, do we really care? No. brick it up. What we will do is we will make a liquid lock to get into here. We'll put one just here, but we don't need to get in here anytime soon, so that's fine. Don't get bricked inside, and I will be right back. Talking to the dupes this time. We might need to up this a bit hotter so we got more power. More power, Captain. Now let's make it 160. Let's make it 160 so it can get a little bit more power out of these guys. We were on 175 before, so that's good. Still lower. And yeah, we can store a bit more power because we are using more now. This thing really does use a lot of power. I knew you'd get stuck inside or stuck somewhere. Who's trapped? You, isn't it? Yes, Ashcan. We all know. Go and dig that tile out. Alright, you dig the tile out then. Ashcan can just stand up there looking silly. Your own fault. It's your own fault. Someone needs to build the Arts Unreachable there as well. Build those. There you go, Ashcan. Fill that in. We'll get our copper ore back later on. We'll just let this build up. And I'm going to brick that in there. I'm going to go like that to there. And we'll also go like that. There, just so you've got a block to stand on. We know you like to stand on things, don't we? And to get up there again, pop a piece of, a bits of ladder there. Just so they don't get stuck anymore. Be okay. I'll do that bit first, then we can start, you know, evacuating this area. Do the pipes. Do the pipes. I want to get this vacuumed out. Then we should have less problem with hot air coming out. In fact, if this works, we'll do the same. Down, down, down. We'll do the same in here. We vacuum this out into a complete vacuum. Just have a liquid lock there. Yeah, the temperature can't really go anywhere, can it? I was thinking if there was any way to add the temperature from this to this room, but it would mean making like a funnel down here, the glass tank on the side, glass edge, and allowing the leaky oil to pour down and just add temperature to this room. But no, I don't think there's a point doing that. Boom! Bye-bye, crude oil. You're going to get... That was dangerous. We should have double-thicked that bottom piece there. That's... Yeah, could have burst. If that wasn't insulated, that tile probably would have burst with all the pressure in there. Not that much pressure, actually. No. Right, so we've been in here and let most of this magma out. Yeah, I see, but it didn't really work as well as I hoped, did it? So let's also let that piece out. And... come in here maybe and dig that piece. No, don't dig that just yet. We want to dig the roof out first. That'll give them something to do. And let's go back up and check the temperatures of things. Yeah, it's looking better. These batteries are filling up again. Oh, lovely. Wish I'd actually put the automation wire in now so I didn't see that every time I mouse over it. Yeah, we can't do that now. What have you put in there? Oh, 10 tons of steel in this box. Let's just check our crude. It's coming back very, very hot. Yeah, that's too hot. Okay. We do not want to run that. I'm gonna actually set this one off. I'm going to turn it off. Don't run it for a little while. Once you've run that one, I'll turn that one off. But I'll just got to remember to turn it back on again. Yeah, that's run too hot. Too hot. Allow it to cool. Yeah, these are running really hot. Look. Running both of them on steel. Wrong. Bad idea. Don't do it. Or you can run one on iron, one on steel, one on gold or any other material, one on steel. Fine. It seems to cope with that. Putting all that temperature in here at the same time, the liquid's coming back too hot, which means next time it's run round, that's when you have problems. It bursts the pipes and you end up with crude oil leakages. In order to make sure we don't have an issue, I'm going to put a little tile on each end. There you go. Tile there, tile there. Therefore, if we do have a leakage of very hot crude, I wish you could just make it flow around a second time from the machine. I suppose there is a way. You could run something else. You could run a piece of gold amalgam or something else. Make a piece of tungsten. You could make one piece of tungsten. And that would make the oil flow again. There's something off-gassing here. Yeah, can you get rid of that, please? There'll be somewhere to take it. Oh, I've got rid of a couple of pipes. Yeah, these are overheating. Too hot in here. 250 degrees, yeah, so 50 degrees is being wasted into this room, which we're paying to cool in our cooling loop. We are cooling this room down. Now that heat is just getting wasted. We don't want it that hot. And then we're going to put one more just there and do a similar thing. A ladder there. Yeah, nice. Build that. That built, please. Someone just go through that chute. Did want to come over here, see if they've dug through down here yet. They seem to have. Oh, they've let out a load of polluted oxygen. Get ourselves a deodorizer in this little place here. Sure, we can pinch a little bit of power from somewhere. Pinch a bit of power from there. That can be replaced. That done on a high priority. Gotta go. That's got slime lung in it and everything. What's wrong with that? It's entombed. Okay. Unentomb it then. Excavate that, please, somebody. Seems to have a floor this time, so we'll get 3 of them done. Another piece there to get to. A piece there to get to, so we'll excavate you. Oh, that's already being excavated. This one probably can't be because it's locked. Yeah, get some of that in. Get that deodorizer on a high priority, so someone puts some sand in it. Nice. I'm actually going to probably continue that up to there. There we go. Double thick. We need that for later for running this material up inside the insulated tiles. So we might as well get it done. Something's going on in here. Camille's having a bit of a good time. Oh. Just when she does that, the game stops. Stop the stream very shortly. Moment. Yeah, that picked up some materials there. There's a bit of fossil there. That thing. Who's coming to do that? Anybody want to do that? Camille will probably do that. Put some sand in there, quick. Thank you. We can start converting that over. Kill that slime lung off. Now, what's the temperature around here? It's a bit too hot, isn't it, for a plant? No, maybe not. Put a plant around here. Yeah. That's why we melted this biome by running all our yeah, we ran all our hot material straight through this tile, straight back through that water. And that heat from this just melted this biome. Beautiful, actually. I don't like it. That one's done now. We just need the petrified one. The genetic storage unit. Okay. This asteroid has a few skeletons in its geological closet. Track down the fossilized fragments of an ancient critter to assemble key pieces of Gravitas history and unlock a new resource. Organism design notes encryption level 3. Look down it. Pause the video and watch. You're watching it on YouTube later. Oh, I forgot I activated that thing. We'll have a look at that in a bit. I didn't realise you had to activate that before you went into the game. I think you can get new clothing or something for your duplicates. From that. Okay. That's now going to clear all this horrible... That's very hot in here, isn't it? No wonder this is melted. Poor old... Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So that's now the, what was it, ancient specimen. Well, the others said deconstruct, but that one doesn't. Maybe it's, maybe we've got to put a floor up or something. Proper floor for it to get to it properly. They can climb up there, can't they? Yes, they can. They can get through that. Another one there. Okay. These guys have lived here for ages. Used to be a worm, but now it's just Sweetles. I don't think we ever got a hatch, a normal hatch. We've got one in the other side. What's broken? Ladder. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Still running nice and low. Low. Only one aquatuner's running. Not even enough steam temperature to run the other one. That's perfect. I don't mind that. That does mean then that we need to try and get to the fourth one, but I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, we've started bricking this in. Do a bit more brickaging. Brickaging? That word? Brickaging. Yeah, can do that. Now we'll move all that up. We'll mop all of this up. Yeah, we'll have to get into that spot there and mop that. Mop all of this area. I don't want any chance of any of that coming down here when we dig through. If any of that comes in and touches this really hot obsidian, we will have a cloud of really, really nasty gas to deal with. There. Sorry, it's a short one now, but it is a morning run. I just wanted to pop on and do a bit more. I don't know what time it is where you are. So it's just a quick run today. Well, for now, be back later. Before lunch. Okay. So, Let's check the temperatures. Yeah, it's coming down. It's 22 now. It was 25 before. I was getting a bit worried. This is putting out quite a lot of chill now. Now it's running continuously instead of stopping all the time. Let's see if there's... 190 grams in that pipe. Yeah. See, this is building up in the pipe. Does mean that you can't stop it from running properly. We'll turn that down to 10 again. It's supposed to be. Don't want that building up any more than that. That one's already built up to... So if we stop this now, this would run for ages because it's only taking 10 and it's got a full pipe there to deal with and another pipe there nearly half full. That's why I was trying to feed in just 10 gram patches of it. We could control it much more accurately. This one's working, but this one seems to not be working properly. Maybe after a restart it will be better. Got our bottle emptiers in place. We can do that next time. For now, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. See ya.